Hey guys, Luke Gustin here with Gustin Marketing. Just wanted to shoot this quick video today regarding Google My Business listings. These are incredibly important to your online presence, and what that does is that allows you to show up in the maps here. I'm sure we've all seen this when you're searching for a local business. I just put in roofer, Parker, Colorado here, and we have these results here. So creating that Google business listing will allow you to get into the map here and really get you recognized in Google. And I do see businesses quite often do these the wrong way. And we're going to get more into that, and we're going to go over best practices as far as setting these up. I would say I probably see 8 out of 10 that either set up wrong or they're not fully optimized the way they should be. So as I mentioned in the email that I sent you, I have single-handedly, just through pure optimization, nothing else, no other advanced SEO techniques, gotten these to pop up in here. And Google likes to see things fully optimized and look really good, look really professional. So let's dive in here. Yeah, basically all you're going to do is, if you haven't already, you're going to go to google.com/business. Now you're going to sign into your Google account. It's going to bring you to this page here. It's going to start off with a map. So we're going to enter a business here, and this is just a business I made up here where, obviously it's not a client or a real business or anything, but we're just going to use this just as an example. So you're going to put your business name in here. Now what's important about this is that you use the business name that you're going to be known as in the marketplace. So you might have the LLC attached to that. You might have a DBA that says, for example, just Lucky Roofing. If that's what you're going to be known by in the public eye, definitely go with that. But this needs to stay consistent. So you're going to hear that word a lot, consistency, with these listings, because that's going to help us, when we start to build citations and directories to our website and to these listings. Everything has to be consistent, because if Google sees mistakes, you're going to get penalized for that. So let's just say we got Lucky Roofing here, and then we got our address. It's just an address here locally, doesn't have anything there, so I figured I'd use it. Fill in all this information. Alright, then you're going to put your phone number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, category. Alright, so this is your main business category. So what you'll do is you'll start typing what type of business thing you're in, and so we put in roofing, and then we got roofing contractor, so you want to select that one. And this one, we'll get into this a little further on, but you're going to be able to add in more categories if you do more than one type of service, but this is going to be your main one that you do the most business in. So, and then you're going to enter in a website there as well. Now, if you only have one location, it can just go to your root domain like that. Say you're setting up multiple locations and you are setting up multiple Google business listings. Say I service the entire state of Colorado, but this was just for my Parker office. I would want that to link to my Parker page if I had one. So that's just if you're doing multiple locations. And then another important thing here is this bottom section. It says, I deliver goods and services to my customers at their location. So checking no implies that you do have an office or some type of storefront, something at this location to where customers can physically come in and meet with you. So say you're a dentist. Obviously you're not going to be performing in-home dental work. People are going to come to your office for their dental needs. But in this example, I'm a roofer. So as far as a roofer goes, I'm not going to have like a showroom or anything. I'm going to be performing jobs and services at people's homes. So I want to check this box. So I deliver goods and services to my customers at this location. Yes. So we'll get a little more into this as we go. So then we're going to hit continue. All right. Now, since I selected that I deliver goods and services to my customer's location, now it's going to ask me where I work. So you can do a few different things here. Say you service a couple of cities. So we'll do Parker, hit add, and then say I do Castle Rock, which is not too far down the road here. I'm going to add that. So you can add in as many cities as you service. Get those added in, or you can do a radius here. Say you want to service jobs within 40 miles of your business. So that'll draw basically a 40-mile radius around this location, and anybody that's within that location has the potential to see your listings. So you can do either or. I've done both, and they seem to work equally as well. So it doesn't really matter. This is just a little quick fire option. That way you don't have to put in each individual city and town that you service. So you can also do regions or postal codes if you have those. So we'll just do 40 miles. So here's something else that's interesting. So you have this option here. I also serve customers at my business address, and if this box isn't checked, your address will be hidden. So if we just left everything alone, the address would be hidden. So some examples of this might be like a restaurant that delivers food and also has a dining room. So they, obviously they deliver to your location, and then they have a dining room in which you can physically eat at. So that would be an example of who would qualify for this type of listing. So we're not going to click that since we're a roofer. And then we're going to hit continue. You might see this that it says, it looks similar to other, businesses in the area. Basically Google just wants to make sure they're not having a bunch of duplicate listings built. So none of these are my business, so none of these match. Keep the information I entered. All right. Now, for the verification process, it says, let's see, you basically check I'm authorized to manage this business and agree to the terms. And then this is interesting. Let's hit continue here and see what happens. Okay, wow. So this is automatically, oh, no. Okay, so the next step is the verification process. So basically Google sends you out a postcard with a code on it, and just to verify that you're a real business and you really are at that location. This cuts down on just spammy listings and that sort of thing. So it's going to say by mail, and then we're going to hit mail here. I'm not going to hit this because this is not a real address, and it's not going to get delivered there. But you're going to want to hit that, and it'll say congratulations, please look for the postcard in the mail. Sometimes it could take up to a couple weeks, but usually, in my experience, they're fairly quick. If they're going to arrive, they're getting to you within about a week. So for just the sake of this example, let's hit verify later. All right, then it's going to say, all right, verification required, but if you do that, you're not going to see this. So basically now what we want to do while we're waiting on this verification is we want to complete this entire profile. So what you're going to do here is you're going to hit edit. Now you're going to come in here, and then you're able to edit all this stuff in here. So now say I am also not only a roofing company, but I do siding and gutters. So I definitely want to add that in to my categories. We're going to hit add another category, and we'll do siding, because there are a lot of roofing companies that do siding and gutters as well. So then we'll hit this here, and we'll do gutters. All right, now this is interesting because the only thing that relates to gutters is gutter cleaning service. So I don't want to go overboard and add in too many things that maybe not related enough to my business. So basically, I don't want to put this in just because it's not directly related. Say I do remodeling work. I mean, there's remodeler, bathroom remodeler, kitchen remodeler. There's 3 different categories there, but we'll just keep it on roofing and siding. And basically, you don't, like I said, you don't want to go overboard. Don't add in anything. Don't be spammy, but definitely add in the categories that apply to your business. All right, so we're going to hit apply there. And as I mentioned, we want to get this entire profile set up before we get that verification code in the mail. That way, everything's ready to go, and once it's verified, that really nice optimized listing will go live. So next step, we're going to add in our hours. So we'll just do this, and then say we're 9 to 5. And this is pretty important as well. You definitely want to be consistent on your hours across these listings, any citations and directories that we build later on to the site. Because like I mentioned, Google likes to see that consistency across the internet, and you can be penalized a little bit for that if you have things out of whack. So definitely want to keep everything consistent across all these listings. Special hours, this is for certain dates, that sort of thing, holidays. We're not going to put anything in there. So we got our phone number, our website, and then, so here is our website. Now, Google's starting to add in a feature in which people can click to get to your appointment page. So let's say if I want to have somebody set an appointment, that's just on this page, for example. So we'll click that. So that way they go directly to that page and can book an appointment with you. All right. So now here's some advanced information. Store codes. If you have, multiple locations, you can enter in your store code. Labels. I haven't really used too much of this, but you can add any type of labels or anything that you need. And then AdWords extension phone if you're advertising within Google AdWords, and you add in that tracking phone number there to see what calls are coming from this listing. That's where you would do that. So, all right. So once we have all of that filled in, we're going to go to Photos now. All right. So now we have different options we can do here. So your cover photo is basically the big banner photo that goes across the top. So you can choose a photo. Google used to provide these in here. It doesn't look like they do that anymore, but we'll select the photo here and just kind of see. There's some example photos that I have from earlier. Put that in there, and then obviously you want to make these relevant to your business, of course. So just going to add that, and then we're going to do a profile photo. This could be like your logo, your anything else really like that. So we'll just do this example picture here. Alright, we'll just hit set profile. Alright, so we got our profile, our cover photo. Then you want to click up here. You can go at work. You can post photos of your team, inside the office, your kind of your day-to-day stuff. So, we'll just click one of these just as an example, get it in there. Okay, we got team photos. And then basically overview. So yeah, got those in there. Now, some important things. Photos are very, very important when it comes to the Google business profiles. So typically when I set these listings up, I want to have about 20 or more photos that I can load in here. And you know, that's just going to help out as far as the optimization process, getting, you know, quicker rankings, that sort of thing, because there's some things we're going to do to these photos, and we're going to show you a few of these advanced tricks that I use all the time, and these definitely help. You know, like I said, just doing these this simple optimization process for these listings. I mean, I've been able to rank them single-handedly without any additional outside SEO. So as far as photos, like I said, 20 of them. Our photos want to have, you know, basically our main categories first. So we're going to use roofing contractor, because if you remember, that was our first category. And then actually what you also want to do is add in the city and state along with those photos. So we got our main category, roofing contractor, Parker, Colorado, and then we'll use this one. We'll do siding contractor, Parker, Colorado. All right. Now don't duplicate the names. Definitely mix up these keywords within the photo name. Say I have another you know, photo here. I might say roofer, Parker, Colorado, or roofing company, best roofing company, Parker, Colorado. You know, just mix it up. Definitely get some long tails and some LSI keywords in there, because we want to you know, optimize for any potential searches that we could pick up from you know, what people are searching, because not everybody's going to search the same thing. And to kind of give you an idea, you know, you can do, you know, roofer, Parker, Colorado. I mean, you can just throw in a bunch of different search terms and see if it pulls up a map like this. If it does, you know, that's typically a good you know, keyword to go after. So we'll do you know, we'll say roofing company, Parker, Colorado. All right, then again, it pulls up the maps here. So we got the maps. Let's try licensed. Whoops. Okay, I couldn't spell. All right, licensed roofing company, Parker, Colorado. Okay, yep. So we're getting more of those, and we'll just, you know, get to where, you know, that one, you know, pulls up a listing here as well. So, I mean, you could keep going. If it doesn't pull up a map listing, I mean, it's up to you whether or not you want to use it. You know, if it's a good descriptor, you know, sure. But if it's not pulling up a map, chances are a lot of people aren't searching for that. So, let's get back to here. All right. Now, as far as photos go, there's a couple of other things we're going to do to these photos. So if you don't have a lot of photos, what I would do is I would take photos with your cell phone at your office and get that, you know, or your main location, I should say, the address we put in. Take some photos in that area. And this is the reason why, because if you have your location on your cell phone, it's going to automatically tag the geo coordinates of where that photo came from. So to show you that, I'll double click this. And this was just a photo I just took out in my backyard. If we go to file info here, you're going to see that the location is embedded in the information within this photo. So we got a little map here showing that location. Now this is based on latitude and longitude. And I'll show you another thing here. If we go to properties on this photo and we go to the details, we scroll down here, we got GPS. So by taking this with my cell phone, it automatically embedded the GPS coordinates under this photo. So this is huge as far as Google is concerned, because they read all this information. And a lot of these maps listings are dependent on, you know, where you're at in in relevancy and in proximity to a certain business. I'm sure you've noticed that if you're searching for things, you're going to get closer results to where you're located. And, that's a big factor within Google. So, take photos and, with your cell phone, get those, GPS coordinates in there. Make sure your location is on. Now, if you do not have that ability, say you have some other photos and you want to manually insert the GPS coordinates, there is a way to do that, and that's using this program here called Picasa. Now, this program software app is no longer supported through Google. I guess they shut down the development on it. So they no longer make updates, but you can still download it online from certain locations. I will put a link below this video, that way you guys can download this if you want to use it. And I'll show you how that works as far as getting that geolocation. So basically you're going to select a photo, all your photos are going to load up here. And then you're going to see this places panel, and see, since I took this with my cell phone, it's already tagged to this location. So let's just erase that out. Let's pretend this wasn't tagged. And then what you can do is you can put in your address here. So we'll put in this address we were using for our business. And then, whoops. Okay, that's not wanting to paste for some reason. So 17055 Main Street, Parker, Colorado. Alright, then you can hit this little search icon here, and it'll say put photo here, and you just hit OK. And then it'll tag that location onto that photo. Now, in here you can also tag these photos with keywords. So say, we got roofer, Parker, Colorado, roofing contractor, Parker, Colorado. So you're just going to want to add tags into these photos with your keywords. Use a lot of LSI and long tail keywords in here. Don't get real spammy. So take it easy on this, but definitely add some in. And then also we want to, within the photos, if we hit the properties on that, go to details, we're going to add in some other stuff here. So you can go title. I typically put that same keyword that we're using as the name, contractor Parker, Colorado, for the title. Subject, could be roofing and siding, really something related to your industry. I always hit this little 5-star rating here. Comments, what I do in the comments is I like to add all this information here. So our name, address, phone number, website, geo coordinates. So we call this in the industry your NAP. That stands for name, address, phone number. So just copy that, throw it in the comments, and then hit apply. So we want to do this obviously before we upload these photos onto Google. That way the information's already embedded. Okay, so we got our information, our photos here, got our information within the photos. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to sign in to our Google account. So it's not letting me sign in with that brand account, and my guess is because this listing is not verified yet. So you might have to wait until you do get that verification. But I'll sign in with another account here just to show you how the upload process works with these photos. Alright, we'll do this account just to show you how that works. So you'll see kind of a short name, some numbers in there. Don't freak out. That's just kind of a weird little email address they use to link to that specific brand account. And then you're going to select the photos you want to upload. Go to Tools, and then we're going to hit Upload and upload to Google Photos. Now you can create a new folder here. You can make different folders. You can put a little message in here. Basically, these are going to be shared across your Google Photos and optionally share on Google+. So if you have Google+ circles, you have some type of following, you definitely want to check those. And then you want to hit public as well. That way these images are publicly accessible online. And then you're going to hit upload, and then it will upload for you. Alright, uploaded, post failed. Okay, so it didn't post my Google+, but that's okay. Alright, now the next thing we want to do, let's go back here. Close some of these. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention, if you don't know your longitude and latitude, you can find that out here. That's the site's just latlong.net, and you put in your address. Can't type today. And then you just hit find, and it'll give you your coordinates. So this is a quick way if you wanted to add that to your nap here. And then basically that's how you get that. Now some other things I wanted to show are some a little more advanced when it comes to these profiles. And basically what we're going to do is, once we have a verified account, so I'll have to show you this on a different listing, but once we have a verified account, we can go in and we can basically share our photos to our Google+. So to get to your Google+ link, once you have a verified account, you just hit this link here, and then you'll get your Google+ profile. So we definitely want to make note of this link here, because we're going to be using it, some other things, and we're going to add that just in here with this. Alright. Okay. Now, as you can see here, I just have one post, and this was a video I did, and just automatically got shared to this. So this is just Google+. Basically, they're kind of social network they're not really doing too much with anymore. There is an about page that you can fill in. Basically, you can put links in here and just a description. I mean, I have a description here, this business, so that's what I would use here in this about area. And then what you want to do is, let's see, you want to be under your brand account. That way you can edit this profile. Basically, I have this page set as public. We're gonna hit manage page, and this is where that about comes in. That's your story. You can add links in here. Got a Facebook page, got my website in here. Basically, just that description, and that's in your about me. Other business info, it will link you back, and then it will link you to album archive, but we're not going to do anything with that. Alright, now you can create a collection here, and basically what that is, just a collection of photos. If you have some some jobs or some customer photos you want to show off, definitely put them together and add them here into this collection. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to add a post. So to make a new post, we're going to click that icon there at the bottom right, and then I'm going to click the little camera icon there, and then we'll just select one of these photos that I uploaded earlier, and then we're going to click this little pin here, and then you want to hit allow. That way they know your location. But we're actually going to search up here at the top for the address that I put in as this business address. So we're going to click that, and now it's tagged to this location. And then basically what you want to do is you want to add in your name, address, phone number in here, and then add a description. Now you can also put some content in here. You can throw in, like a nice little 500-word article, basically, with some keywords in it, and really get the topical relevance built up to your brand. So just for sake of time, I just have this short little description here. And then what we can also do is we can also add in, other profiles. We can add in our Facebook page. I wouldn't put in your website on every single one of these posts. I'd probably do it every, third or fourth post. But also mix in, like your Google URLs, Facebook. You can add in Twitter, YouTube channel, any of that. So I would just, mix it up as far as the links that you're sharing, that sort of thing. And then you just hit post, and then it becomes live. I'm not going to post this because it's obviously has nothing to do with my business here. So we're going to hold off on that. But yeah, I mean, that kind of gives you an idea, how to share the photos on here, and then really get a lot of good photos shared in here. Get that name, address, phone number, because that's going to, show Google, your location, and really get you optimized as far as getting ranked in the local area. What I would also recommend doing is going to Google Maps. So just google.com/maps, and it has my location in there. It's going to pick that up automatically. But search for the address of your location. Now, once you do get that listing verified, it's going to actually show your business. Here it'll say, Lucky Roofing LLC, 17055 Main Street, Parker, Colorado. And then, so let's click that. So as you can see, we're not verified here yet. And what you want to do is hit share, and then you want to get this link here. So I would copy that link. That's going to be a long link. And then what you can also do is you can hit this little checkbox for a short URL. So Google just puts it through their URL shortener. And then we're going to get another link here to our map. And then they also give you an embed. So this can be used on your website. Now I would recommend putting this on your website. So a lot of the Google My Business, as far as what I do to get people ranked in the maps, has a lot to do with your on-page setup on your website. So I'll make another video on that. So there are quite a few advanced tactics that I use on a website, but one of them is embedding this map here. So you can get a nice map on your website showing your customers where you're located, showing Google that you are that same business. So then when we go in here and create these posts, we can add in, we can add in those links as well to the maps, to our profile, short maps link, our social profiles, our domain, that sort of thing. So it's definitely some great strategies to really get the ball rolling for you guys on these listings. So just some key takeaways from this video. Kind of my big bullet points would be, definitely set up that storefront or service location correctly. So if you service people at their location, make sure you check that storefront. If you have a storefront, let people know that as well. That way they can see your address. Now on these service locations, your address will be hidden in Google. So let's see if we can find an example of that. Okay. All right. So see how these guys here do. Okay, he's got an address. He does not. He's got an address, and he does not. So you can see the address there, no address. And that's why it shows the directions here. That way, some people, they're on their phone. You plug it right into your GPS maps and get that location right away. But this guy doesn't have an address. But I can guarantee you, he is definitely going to be, just says address Parker, Colorado. So he might have used his home address, and you never know with those. So. And that's something, if you are like a contractor, you perform work at other people's houses, you can use your home address, get that verified. Now, when we build citations to our website and to our business, we're going to be using the full address, and Google knows that because, obviously you sent it in as the verification address, and they will get that matched up along with the citations. But I will do that in another video for you guys. And then let's get back to our takeaways. Our second biggest takeaway is consistent name, address, phone number. We really only put that in once, and the biggest thing you want to do, even before you put in that address into getting that new Google business listing, I would Google the address on or put it into Google Maps and see how it's formatted. So as you can see here, they have 17055 Main Street, Parker, Colorado 80134. They don't have Main and then a space and then ST or ST period. Sometimes when they're using street names in Google, they spell out courts. Sometimes they abbreviate it. And then, for this example, there's no period there. So don't use a period there. Make sure you're using the, correct formatting, just like Google's using it. So that's another big factor, especially when we get on to start building citations. So another big takeaway, fill in all the applicable categories for your business. So the area I showed you, where you choose roofing, and then once you go in to modify the listing more, you can add in siding or whatever your business is. You might only have one category, and that's okay. You might have 5, 6, 7 of them under there, but don't go too crazy. And definitely, if you have a lot, make sure they're closely related. I have seen Google shut down listings for spam for those reasons. So. All right, next key takeaway, we want 20 photos, get those geolocations in there, get those keywords as the photo names, make sure you put all that other information, address, name, address, phone number, website, coordinates, that sort of thing. Get those photos uploaded, share those photos for our next key takeaway, share those photos on your Google Plus page. And then surround it with some content, surround it with your name, address, phone number, get your website links, your profile links, Google links. So Google loves itself if you haven't noticed already. So definitely, get those links in there. And yeah, that's all I got. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. I'd be happy to answer anything for you. And hope you got a lot out of this video. And I hope I helped you out as far as our key factors and our best practices on setting up these Google listings. So yeah, so take care, guys.